In May 2009, Rudy came to our office for his annual review and told us that he had cancer. We assisted Rudy to submit a claim for both income protection and critical illness, which were both successful and allowed Rudy to take the time off to recover from surgery and treatment. Back in 2009, before you claimed on your critical illness, you were looking to cancel your cover. Why were you wanting to cancel?
Well, at the time, God and I started a very aggressive strategy for a lot of margin loans and all that, and he recommended that, and then he said when the GFC happened I was going to cut back on cost, but he said no, better not cancel that because it might be a good backup in the future for me.
How did the payment of your claim help you?
I was very fortunate I be able to pay up my mortgage for my house, and in that time I can get ahead financially, which now I got the opportunity to actually finish work earlier.
You didn't end up cancelling your cover. What was the reason why you didn't?
At the time I was working in Gladstone, and I was very busy, and I never had really an opportunity to really discuss it with Rod. And in that time, I found out I was diagnosed with cancer, so I was very fortunate I didn't.
What advice would you give others who were thinking of cancelling their insurance cover?
I think to think very carefully about it. You might get the short-term benefit, not have to pay a premium, but if something happens, at least you get the peace of mind to know you have a backup source of income in the worst-case scenario, say.
In early 2011, Chris advised us that he'd been diagnosed with thyroid cancer.
You hear a lot of stories about people getting crook, so I thought that I'd rather be covered than to take the risk. It was extra on our budget, so we decided we'd just pay what we could afford.
How did you feel knowing the insurance provider would pay the claim?
Well, because I was ecstatic, of course, but because I was unsure of what the prognosis was, it gave me a great peace, I suppose, to think that if the expenses got high, I would be able to cover them.
What were the benefits following the payment of your claim?
Oh, immense. We paid down some of our mortgage, it helped us with our investment property, not to mention other expenses at the time, so yeah.
What advice could you give others who might be thinking about applying for critical illness cover?
Look, do it, because you don't know what's around the corner. Like even now, I worry about the future because I have limited options now with my cover. So if something else happens, then yeah, we really need to make sure we've got a plan in place to cover for that. So I would say go out and do it, particularly if you're in your 30s, 40s and beyond.
Following this payment, Chris was able to change careers into something that he was more passionate about.